It. Hey everybody, welcome to Breaking Rad. No intro tonight. I don't know what happened. It's broken. But if you're out there and you're watching, which I don't know if anyone is, because we don't have any wrestling scheduled. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like button or
It's like the old
subscribe if you
days.
would. It's
This
like
is like
the
the
old
old
days.
days.
Nobody watching. It's really not. There's no pressure on me right now. I feel very relaxed. I feel good.
I
So
love it. We hit 500 subscribers finally, and we have the most unprepared stream to
the
celebrate.
most
And
unprepared
nobody
stream
watches.
possible. Yeah, and you know what? I'm totally okay with it.
I'm
It's
good.
gonna be great. It's
I'm
gonna be
good.
great. And we literally have nothing prepared. We've all been busy. We all have things going on, and that's okay because tonight we're having a chill stream. We've earned it. We've worked hard. Mark has worked very hard for the last however many weeks, and it's
Hey,
been
we got a
nice
chat
to
person.
relax.
We're gonna single
Yeah,
you out
Jason
tonight.
Sandberg. Jason follows me, and I follow him as well on Twitter. And
Ooh.
yeah, I haven't been
Mr.
on Twitter.
Sandberg.
I don't know how you guys have been this week, but I've been great because I haven't been on Twitter barely at all. I haven't got on it for very much for almost nothing. It's been great.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it. I miss you on Twitter. It's one
Look,
less
I'm gonna
person that
check
likes
it.
my stuff and retweets my stuff, and it's
Yeah,
very
I
offensive
do
to me.
like and retweet your stuff all the time. I do have 20 plus notifications right now.
It's all me asking where you are.
It is you asking where I am.
Macho?
Let's see. Oh, there's a
Baby
breaking
Macho?
rat. Let's see. Yeah.
Probably is
It's
just me tagging you in
mostly
crap.
there's some mutt photos. There's some mutt stuff.
Oh, Mutt's been posting some really gay pictures of you two lately. And I've been trying hard not to make fun of them because one of them had like scripture in the backgrounds. Hey, Belmont Press.
Belmont Press, buddy? Jason. What's up, dudes?
Belmont,
Nico Tranis is here.
How's your campaign going, buddy? I gave you a little shout out Saturday night as best I could. Nico.
We got some fools in the chat. This is good.
Darth
badass.
Yes. He used to when I used to stream with Drew Esch, he used to always be in the chat. I love that guy. He's getting some cards. He won some cards Saturday night.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nico got passed over.
Nico already has cards though, right?
I got to finally talk to Nico
very cool.
last week in person. Well, on a stream. I got to speak with him.
Ah, very cool.
The stream has been taken down because I'm totally blanking on what the stream was now, like 24 Outcast or something. Nico, please refresh my memory, man. My brain is like completely fried. What stream that was, but yeah, we had a good time talking some wrestling, some 80s pop culture, and then the stream got taken down because they show like nonstop trailers and clips of movies and TV shows, and it got like 3 strikes within like 10 minutes. It was a good time.
He loves his cards. Very cool. Yeah. So those are CG branded wrestling cards, right?
24 Eyes. That's what it was. Yes. Sorry. Go on.
Is that what you were? Well, I was gonna ask. So Darth Fatass got some fat arse. Sorry, got some.
No one's watching.
Some of the CG WF branded cards. Is that correct?
Correct. Nico got them at WrestleMania, and then Darth won the King. I'm tired of talking about wrestling, though.
No, I was just asking what the thing was. Okay, I was just asking what the thing that you're giving away is.
I say it out loud because I saw Dave's eyes roll in the back of his head when I mentioned it for a second.
Uh-huh.
Like they did like a 360 turn. That'll
happen.
Look, and everybody in the chat tonight, we appreciate you guys coming and watching. We're kind of relaxing tonight, honestly. Cal has done a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff. Mark has done most of the in front of the scenes stuff, and I've just been along the ride. And David's had to put up with us. So the CGWF right now, we're gonna cool it for just a little bit, and we don't want to we don't want to flood the market. We want to bring some stuff to you later, but yeah. So tonight's kind of a chill stream. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff that we want to talk about, and I think that's it. I don't even think we're gonna do any.
We have nothing. We have no name that day.
But you know what? I like it.
We have
really.
Are we
doing top that? Was
anybody? We got some top of that. I literally didn't do anything again. I think we just go.
You didn't do anything again?
Yeah.
Okay, I got
Macho knew
home.
we were streaming tonight.
I left the shop at 6, and I got home about 6:15, and I started setting up for this, and I realized that I didn't email myself the pitch, and I was like, I can't let that happen. I don't want to show up a second week in a row with no pitch. So I drove
Macho
back.
does it all the time.
I don't even know what it is. You drove back to the shop?
Back to the shop.
Oh my
and
god!
I emailed myself the pitch, and then came back home.
Dude,
right,
you're a
well,
machine.
That was totally
Me and Dave are
not worth
playing
it.
top that then because that's a lot of extra work.
What is the what was the things again? What were the prompts?
It's
It was
a
a
space
hooligan,
vessel, the crew of a spaceship.
buddy comedy in a spaceship with lost people.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
the spaceship.
okay.
They've been trying to get back to Earth for hundreds of years. Or
Oh yeah,
something
Cal
like
was
that.
going to save his from last week for this week.
Yeah, I
'cause
saved
nobody was
mine.
prepared last week.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
He's not sorry.
Look.
You've done nothing but bail on us.
I like doing this. I'm the worst procrastinator, and I also don't have a job where I can sit down and like think about stuff like this. And when I get home, I don't want to do that. Also tonight, I had to discipline my older child for being a bad kid.
Oh
And
man,
so
I got to do
I've
that
been
too this
dealing with
weekend.
that. I've been dealing with that until literally right before I walked down here, which is
I'm going to
Yes.
challenge you to spend 10 minutes writing a pitch every week. 10 minutes. You can do that.
I
know
do.
you can do 10
I
minutes.
usually do. I
He's not gonna
usually
do
do. No, I do. I usually do. Always have something for top that. I always try to have something. I've definitely skipped out a few times, but even the days I'm like, I'm not going to have anything, I'll try to take 10 minutes and write something ridiculous and nonsensical. But
Do you know what I usually do when my kid's out of line and needs some discipline?
yes, I want to know.
I write a pitch.
You write a pitch? Oh
That's what I
man!
do.
Walked
And
right
ignore
into
him
that.
while you do it.
Walked right into that.
Darth says I won free wrestling tickets for Saturday for event being held at Bingo Hall. I'll have to try to record some footage. A wrestling event at a bingo hall?
Sounds amazing.
Heck yes.
Tell
like
me
old
that.
people
Yeah.
like wrestling? Some wrestling old people?
A lot of the wrestlers that people know are very old now.
I mean, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Cal has to poop.
No, keep talking. I can hear you guys. Keep going.
While Cal's pooping or whatever.
I can see
he's
his
doing.
reflection in the window. I hope he
I
does
know.
something
What's he
inappropriate.
doing? Cal, pull your pants up.
He's getting a drink. You little drunk. He's gonna
Look,
close the blinds now.
Yeah. So while he's doing that, I have something that I was going to share. And Dave, a couple weeks ago, asked if anybody had this book, and I said I didn't have it. He was trying to give it away to somebody in the chat, and nobody fessed up. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't have that book." And he was nice enough to send me this. And you'll notice it's still in the packaging, but I made
because he didn't read the thing that you took time.
No, listen to me. I'm gonna open it up on stream tonight, and I'm gonna start reading it after we're done tonight. That was like I was like, I'm gonna plan. I have a night that I can sit down and I can read it and enjoy it. So I have it right here. And then the other thing, I have another thing, and I have. Hold on, I got my knife.
Oh, he's gonna
So I
kill
gotta
himself
open
on
this
stream
up.
tonight.
Hold on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm
Mondo.
not. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Your kid wasn't that bad, man. It's all good.
I have too much to live for.
Yeah, like reading that book.
But oh, whoa! What did they give me? I got a
Jason
sweet
says
Gemini mailer here.
yard work is a great time to brainstorm story ideas. So
It is. It's too cold to do yard work right now, though. Here. Wow, these guys really went all out on this. I bought this last week while we were streaming, and I have it now. Check it out. There it is.
Baby. There it is.
That's the so everybody in the chat, God Killer. This is the second issue, but the artwork is done by none other than David Murdoch. Here on the stream with us, and he told me about this, and I was like, I'm just gonna look on eBay and see if I can find them. And they're all selling for like $25 and stuff. And I just was like, I'm gonna lowball this dude and just ask for like $10. Like, I mean, I know I could probably, I could find one. I could probably get it for like at a comic shop on the shelf for cheaper. But man, dude accepted. I paid shipping, and here it is. Got it right here.
Hey,
So I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna send this to Mr. Murdoch, and Mr. Murdoch is gonna sign it for me,
Nice.
which is gonna be
I will
sweet.
Yeah, David, I
was
always
very
forget.
excited about it.
I always forget he's an artist, and every time I see something from him, I'm always like, Dave drew that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Yeah. I mean, like,
get him in the presence
really,
of greatness every time he's on.
really
screen. It's
good
like-
art. And I have. He also Dave sent me a bunch of cool stuff. I have it was like a pre-production run of Lucas that was like, I think something was wrong with it or something like that.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it wasn't like cropped correctly.
Cropped
Everything
correctly.
was.
Yeah.
Everything was close to the top. Yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
Aaron?
So it wasn't cropped correctly, but it's still like a freaking beautiful book. So I have that in my I have like a cabinet with like all my nice stuff in there. And it's in there, and it's really cool because people like the collectible things are the ones that are like misprinted and stuff.
Oh yeah, the
So I
error
like
ones,
to think
yeah.
I have the one of the collectibles right there.
I have
so-
an error Nightcrawler card. It's pretty cool.
Oh, do you? Oh, no big deal.
Thing on it. It's
The-
NBD.
the
NBD.
NBD.
There's a guy that sells them on eBay, and he has like 20 of them, so I just scooped one up.
Error cards.
Error card. One specific one. Welcome, Kokoshuko Papashango.
Yeah,
My favorite name to say in the chat.
it is. It's a good name to say.
Kokoshuko.
So yeah, those are the things I bought this week or got this week. I'm excited about them. Everybody sends me good things. Mark, there's a issue of Aliens Earth War #1 that Mark sent me. I keep getting gifts. Thank you, everyone.
We just love our baby boy Danny. Welcome, Statistical Zero.
The gang's here.
That Zero
That's right. Gang's all here.
decided we are no longer enemies today on
Aw.
Twitter.
Oh, that's
We,
nice.
Beef
That's
squashed. The beef has been squashed. So
I'm
there you
glad
go.
the beef has been squashed.
You know, it was a long time coming. Welcome, Stat. He's been going to town on Twitter. He's putting up polls on crowdfunding stuff and putting up comics and things. What was your latest
Very,
poll,
very
Stat?
good.
You had a poll up about crowdfunding. I forget what it was now.
I'm like now just catching up on Twitter. There's still nothing exciting.
It's nothing.
on
It's
here.
it's people complaining about the Ukraine, and then people complaining about the industry, and then apparently Eric July has just been like ripping into people, rippa into people this week.
It is has shoot, what was I gonna say? Did he see our poll?
Our poll?
Or sorry, not our poll. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something. Did he see our the CGWF?
Oh, I
see
highly
himself?
doubt we're even on his radar.
Just thought I'd.
And even when we're big enough to be on his radar, we probably still won't be on his radar.
Yeah.
Latest one is, how far along should a book be before launch? Cal, do you want to answer that one?
No.
The
Yeah, I was
answer-
looking for Stat Zero's hold on. His poll.
You know, it's funny,
did
Cal.
see,
We had that commercial Saturday night where I had the Detox album on there, the Dr.
Yeah.
Dre one, and I decided like I wanted to look up that Detox album because a bunch of those songs had leaked. Because I looked up, I watched that Super Bowl show finally, the halftime show. Because I didn't watch the Super Bowl, because screw them. But I watched it because it was like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Eminem. And I heard people complaining about it because everyone complains about everything on Twitter. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, why are people complaining about this? This is like my childhood. It's all these guys that are performing all the old songs. 50 Cent came out.
I know.
He was like upside down. I was like, oh my gosh.
He was hanging upside down. It was
Oh,
pretty
it's
good.
so great.
Yep.
And then Mary
My-
J. Blige. I don't really care.
I
about
made
her.
my I mean, like, it was probably not really appropriate, but my older daughter, I was like, you should watch this. This is what I listened to. And then about halfway through, I was like, oh, cover your eyes, sweetie.
No. You remembered what what it used to be like.
Yep.
Let's get it. That was great. And then so I looked up those Dr. Dre because I don't know if you guys know about Dr. Dre Detox. He had this album after the 2001 Chronic, whatever that album was called, and everyone was hyping. He was hyping it up for years, and like every like 5 years, like, it's coming this year. Here it comes, Detox. And then like I guess tracks kept getting leaked, like unfinished tracks, and he kept getting bent out of shape. And then he didn't think any of it was any good, and then he just scrapped it and released this really subpar album called Compton. That nobody really liked or remembered, and then like that was the end of it for him. Like he decided.
So
to stop
he
doing
didn't like
albums.
the good one, but he published the bad one.
Apparently, he's like a perfectionist. So like I guess because the songs kept getting leaked before they were
he was
finished.
mad.
He
Yeah.
was like getting all bent out of shape about it. And but I looked him up. Like I downloaded like every track that's been leaked from the last like 10, 20 years, and like they're all like incredible. I'm like, this album would have been amazing
good,
if he
yeah.
put this thing out. Instead, he put out this like really crappy other album. So I've been listening to that. I'm like, oh man, I'm digging it. I have to like keep the door shut because my kids come in. They can't hear the things that are discussed in the songs.
It's Dr. Dre Detox.
Detox, yeah.
I have to check it out.
I would have called it Dre Locked. Stat. You always count on stat with a good pun. It's the rap Chinese democracy.
Detox, a timeline of hip hop's greatest unfinished album.
It was good, man. Like all those tracks are really, really good. They're solid. 50 Cent impersonation of Batman.
How about you just hook
You know what I'm happy about now that wrestling's over? I can acknowledge Leandro as a human being again. Welcome, Leandro. I'm sorry. Man.
the kayfabe is over, and we like you again.
I am so sick of kayfabe. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's done.
Hey, I was gonna ask. Speaking of Batman, has anybody seen the new Batman? I haven't, so no spoilers.
Saw last night, and I freaking loved it. I see Dave shaking his head.
He's shaking his head.
It's really good.
You're not into it?
I have I wasn't very excited about it, and from people coming into the shop, I've gotten about 7 didn't likes. I've gotten 3 okays, and I've gotten a couple liked.
You know that was my impression going into it because everybody kept saying it's fine, whatever, or it sucks. But I didn't hear anything positive. I freaking loved it, like start to finish. It's long.
I've heard. Yeah.
Oh
man.
You okay? I hear you.
No, I was saying my. It's skipping my internet. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
yeah, lag.
Okay, well, I'll go
then.
Yeah, no, it's really long, and it's you gotta appreciate the fact that they actually did do something different for a change. Like it is different than other Batman movies. Like it is actually like it's like watching Seven. Like it's that style. It's not a ripoff, but it's like that style of movie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's dark. Like it's probably the most serious Batman movie I've ever watched.
Seven's like up there.
Well, no. Let me be clear. 7. Batman.
Okay.
Non-comparable in that regard. I'm saying in that style. It's that kind of a movie.
Detective movie.
Yeah, it's a detective movie, and it's
that's cool.
Actually, but it's cool. It's very serious though. Like there's no joy to be had from anybody in that movie, which I didn't mind. I liked it, but not like watching like Batman vs Superman where you just want to kill yourself. 3 hours into it. Like this was actually it kept you engaged. No, I liked it though. It wasn't woke. I think Catwoman had one woke line, but she was wrong before the movie was over anyway. So it was like I didn't care.
Yeah, I've heard a couple good things. There's I like Mr. Sunday Movies. Anybody listen to him?
What is it, Mr. Sunday Movies?
Mr. Sunday Movies. Yes. He's sort of obnoxious sometimes, but he makes me laugh. Him and Mesa make me laugh, so I like listening to that guy. And I haven't listened through I haven't gotten to where he says like spoilers. They're in non-spoilers right now, and they really liked it a lot. So
it's good. Like I really it's probably because I went into it with low expectations too because I didn't hear anything good about it.
Yeah.
So that may have
Mutt left me. He he was like the dude I watched superhero movies with, and he left. Moved away. So I'm gonna go with my brother-in-law, which is not a bad thing. I'm just gonna go with my brother-in-law instead. And I'm trying to figure out. I've been texting him since the 4th, like, hey, when are you free? Hey, when are you free? When do you want to go see this movie? And if not, I'm gonna go watch it by myself one night and then go see it again with him when he wants to go see it. Because I really want to see it. It looks cool. Let me ask you. Hey, Aaron. I was gonna say, Aaron's in the chat. What's up, buddy? I was gonna ask you though. What do you think of the Batmobile? You don't have to tell me about it, but rate it on a scale.
No, I liked it. What I didn't
scale of 1 to Batman 89. Where is it?
I mean, 89's top.
I know. That's what I'm
always.
saying. Yeah, like 1 to Batman 89. Where are we at?
So I'd go 89, then I would go the classic, the convertible that
Adam
Adam
West?
West drove, and then
Yeah.
probably this one. I hate the Tumbler.
Okay.
Like, I freaking hate that thing.
Some people really hate the Tumbler.
And I didn't care for the Snyder one either because it was just another Tumbler.
It was
kind of
it
vehicle.
wasn't very good.
No, I liked it. It wasn't really a Batmobile. It was just like a Mustang or a Charger.
It's a Charger. It's not a Mustang.
Yeah, Charger. My bad. Sorry. I'm not a car guy. I don't care. It's like a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. I mean, it was
Cool.
the way they filmed it was cool. Like the scene when you first see it finally was I liked it because you didn't realize it was coming, and then just like it's like dark and you just see like the things light up on it. Like, oh my gosh, you hear the sound.
That's cool. That's
cool.
I heard. So what I was heard in one of the like.
Oh yeah, Leandro said exactly what I was saying. That entrance.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Somebody said in the review, or they were like basically a very spoiler-free review, is that the movie is not. It's Batman in a different light than you've ever seen Batman, which is cool. And it feels more real world than even like The Dark Knight felt. It feels like real world. But they did on Mr. Sunday. He was like, it was like the most dirty, oily griddle pan from one of those like a greasy spoon restaurant. He was like, that's what the city looked like it was made out of.
Oh, it was a dirty city.
Dirty and gross.
Like,
which is kind of cool though. That's how
yeah.
Gotham is. It's dirty and grimy. And
it was
nasty.
someone had described it as like a dirtier New York, which is just like oof.
It's pretty dirty.
That's rough. Stat says didn't care for Riddler serial killer myself. He's a thief. I think Simon from Die Hard 3 was the greatest Riddler ever.
I 100% agree. Die Hard with a
comparison.
Vengeance is my favorite Die Hard movie.
Yeah, I liked it. A lot of people were complaining about the Gimp outfit. He was kind of cool. I don't have the connection to these characters that a lot of like comic fans do. Like I didn't care that Batman killed people in Batman vs Superman, even though I hated that movie. Like I don't care about like all those things. Like this isn't how the Riddler is supposed to be. Like just make it cool. Whatever. Cool. I liked it. I dug Riddler. He was like you remember that movie? Was it 9mm?
Is that Nicolas Cage?
8mm, yeah.
8mm.
I'm such a dad tonight.
I felt like I wanted when I saw 8mm was a great movie. After the first time I saw it, I felt like I wanted to throw up.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But he's very much like that Gimp guy. It's just disturbing every time he's on camera.
What's Cal doing? Is he playing Elden Ring? Yeah,
he is
playing
Elden Ring.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to upload a clip from my PlayStation because I want to show you guys this weapon.
Oh yeah, right. I'm not playing Elden Ring. I'm uploading images from Elden Ring.
Leandro says Michael Keaton, Nolan, emo Batman. Yeah, I will say I didn't care for Bruce Wayne. I was just frustrated at the fact like he just moped and like he wouldn't answer people or like just like he was Edward from Twilight for. So
the argument I heard about this is that he's Batman a couple years in when this movie starts, and he is just like kind of he wants to save Gotham and beat down everybody and whatever, and he's like burnt out on kind of being Batman at this point, and he's like he's just a weird trust fund billionaire kid and he's just mopey about everything.
Yeah, he's very mopey. I didn't care for that because you kind of. I'm sorry, there's a plane again. They always start like around now as all the planes start coming overhead. He's like it's the one thing that I do like. I like when Bruce Wayne is like just the playboy millionaire. He wasn't that. Like he very much just sulked and he'd make these weird appearances. People like Mr. Wayne. He kind of just go like. They do that kind of nonsense.
Stat says Wayne is where Bale excelled, and he was phenomenal. Bruce Wayne being absolutely ridiculous.
He was awesome as Bruce Wayne.
He's crazy.
But I to the credit of the movie though, I will say there's not a lot of Bruce Wayne. It's a lot of Batman. Like he's Batman a lot in the movie.
I heard that from a couple of people.
That's cool.
I'm happy anytime Batman's on the screen. I'm usually happy. Like I just like seeing Batman on screen.
Yeah, this is a movie. This is a movie. I'll watch it. I don't know. There's so much like to it. I don't. But
Yeah,
the thing I think for me personally, the first trailer that they dropped, seeing who it was playing Batman, then the cover, that Nirvana song that they used.
Oh yeah, they play that a lot in this one too.
I was already kind of like, what? But there's a shot of him where it looks like he's like super pale with all black makeup around his eyes, like he looks like the dude from The Cure or something.
He's straight up in that scene. I didn't care for that. I didn't like any time.
It's just like I don't.
Yeah, I didn't like any time Bruce Wayne was on the screen. I was just annoyed usually, but when Batman was on, he was great as Batman. Like he
really.
So
he was a great Batman.
Bad Bruce Wayne though. Just
okay.
And that Nirvana song pretty much sums up that Bruce Wayne like to.
Was it him? Was it him though, or is it like that's the way that they wrote him?
That's the way they wrote him. I think that was the impression I was getting. Is he was just like a, like he clearly was just a depressed millionaire. He wasn't supposed to be doing anything else. He was supposed to be a mopey emo Bruce Wayne. Probably why they casted him. I don't know, but no, he nailed it as the other. I didn't mind when they cast him. I'm over the Twilight years. Like I mean, it's been like 10 years. Like I think we can move on from him being Twilight.
Yeah,
I think he's really tried hard to do enough
he
weird
has
stuff
been
to
in a lot
distance.
of other movies.
He's done some weird crap,
and he's a good actor too. He is good.
Yeah.
I think he did exactly what he was supposed to do in this. I didn't care for Schmeagol Alfred as much.
Oh,
that
so Martiani.
Oh jeez.
I told you
that I like that actor, but it didn't feel like Alfred. It was just
Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
it was just Andy Serkis in a tux.
It was I was like watching Claw as the oh no. Where's your vibranium, Mr. Wayne?
Yeah, did he talk in a South African accent? That's my favorite.
He probably did. I can't tell the difference. That's just how he talks, I think.
I love his.
The difference is like the South African accent. They always kind of like enunciate the end. Like the end syllables.
Like a couple of fish.
I see that now. Yeah. I see it now.
They wouldn't be like, "Did you see the Batman?" They'd be like, "Did you see the Batman?"
That's funny. They end on a high note.
They're always like up. Yeah,
that's funny.
Leandra said, "I heard the CG Kings diss on Zoe. She will never touch Michelle's performance, but Zoe's definitely sexy." I mean, the Catwoman thing. It was fine. For what she was. I mean, it wasn't the Catwoman anybody knows. It was very much like she had a connection to one of the characters, and but like there's the one woke remark everyone I've been hearing talk about where she says white privilege at one point, or privileged white men. And for her character and what she was doing, I didn't care, especially because nobody seemed to acknowledge it when she said, even Batman was like, shut up. and also what I'll say is, as woke as they probably want it to be, for the most part, she was constantly getting saved by Batman, and at one point she saves him only to immediately be saved by him again, because so they didn't do the whole, like strong woman, she can beat up any guy like that. That was not present at all.
That's cool. It sounds like they wrote it for the fans, not for an agenda. Which
insane. Cool. What I was saying last week, I talked about. I don't know if it was on Breaking Rad, but I mentioned Free Guy. I thought I mentioned Free Guy. I
haven't seen Free Guy.
It's a similar thing where, like, I think they were trying to get some woke points, but like they wrote it so well into the story that I didn't care as much. Like they were able to make it funny or make a joke out of it. So I didn't mind it.
Okay.
And I hate woke crap. Like I'll turn a movie off if it goes there. But it didn't.
On that note, the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What happened?
I've heard nothing about this. I heard it sucks.
Absolutely incredible.
Oh,
absolutely
really?
Incredible. Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, Free Guy is really good. Jason just mentioned Free Guy.
I have to check it out. Free Guy.
I just mentioned
as far as wokeness in film goes, Chainsaw takes a lot of jabs, like real jabs, not like, oh, I think they might have been anti-woke there. No, there's some pretty anti-woke stuff in that movie.
In Texas Chainsaw.
Yes.
Really?
I've actually seen a couple of people refer to it as a Republican movie.
Really?
What?
Yeah. It's the movie itself. It's short. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. It's hyper violent.
Okay.
You know,
I saw the bus
cheer it on.
scene. Like I've seen the bus scene.
People. There's a lot of people who did complain about it. Who would complain about, character development and the story didn't make sense and so on and so forth. But okay, look, right. I'm gonna duck right here. Okay. See, this is my collection of things.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
A slasher movie.
Hey,
The
24 eyes. Awesome.
story of a slasher is people show up and then they die, and that's it. That's what a slasher is. People show up to some place and then they all get killed except one. You always have to have the survivor, the final
Somebody
girl.
survives.
and that's it. Like if you're expecting more than that, don't.
I expect very little from horror movies. So.
And people have been trying to make it more than that, and those movies usually are awful, but this was just what it was. Like it was Texas Chainsaw, Leatherface going berserk, and that was it. But yeah, it did take a lot of jabs. It did take a lot of little jabs, but it didn't like hammer on stuff either. It was just kind of like little beats and moved on.
But we got 24 eyes in the chat. That's who I was on the stream. 24. I apologize, man. I was blanking on the name earlier. I had Nico who was in the chat reminding me what the name of the stream was. I was like, I was on a stream, and I'm losing the guy's name now. 24 eyes, and I'm bummed our stream is gone now, man. But that was a fun time. I enjoyed that. You had a good time streaming. Very nostalgic. He's all about the 80s nostalgia. So good times. Sorry, go on though. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, that's it. There's not much more to it. It's just a horror movie.
I guess that says the opposite of Halloween. I hated Halloween Kills. Holy crap.
Why?
That movie sucked. Did you see it, David?
Yeah, I enjoyed
like
it. Overall, I enjoyed it. There was some things that were a bit ridiculous, but overall, I enjoyed it.
I had some good kills. I enjoyed a few of the kills. Like he was definitely brutal, but
yeah.
I just the constant evil dies tonight.
That was awful. That was like way too much. That was overboard. Yeah. But I still enjoyed it. But that was kind of like made me roll my eyes. It was just like, who would chant that? Who would chant that?
Evil dies tonight. No, there's a serial killer. I'm just like, let's get the F out of here. Like,
do you want to know what's kind of funny? Actually, that was my thought. I hated that part of the movie, and I thought it was absolutely ridiculous and completely unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
A while later, I was watching this documentary on John Wayne Gacy, and
oh man, that guy's
the night that he got executed, across from where it was going on, there was this massive crowd of people. Massive, and they were all out there chanting. I think there was something like they were chanting either like the clown dies tonight or kill the clown. Like they were actually chanting it, and I was kind of like, okay, so I guess I was wrong. I guess people do get whipped up into a mob and chant something really dumb.
That says Myers versus the Insurrectionists. Yeah, exactly. That was 100% what that movie was about.
So here's something to keep in mind though, because I did see that comment from a lot of people. They were like, "Oh, this reflects January 6th." So
well, it's only because Jamie Lee Curtis said it. That's why everyone was kind of harping on it.
The movie was delayed like a year. Okay, so
it was already done.
When they were done the movie, it never got released because of all the COVID crap. So if there was any type of mob activity going on close to like when the movie had been written and was actually being made, it would have been all of the riots that were going on. Yeah. The January 6th stuff, that was just coincidental. It was only because the movie had a huge delay.
That's insane.
I don't know that. People are making that connection, and it's completely.
Well, yeah, I don't think anybody would have thought of it, but it's because Jamie Lee Curtis is running her mouth about it when she's being interviewed. It's like, oh, this is all about January 6th, and I just that's where people were getting it. She said it.
This is it. It's about January 6th, the way that inflation was caused by the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Right? People are like people are blaming inflation on this invasion, and this obviously began way before. But people hear it and they'll just eat it up.
Welcome, Zayd Comics. He's checking out.
Oh man,
doing my work.
We have the one of the tag team boys in the
Tag team
chat.
champs.
Yeah,
Love
Their
the Diaz
promos
brothers.
are literally the highlight of every event.
they're so funny.
I don't even care about
Those
the rest of
guys
it. I just wait for their promo to come in. 'Cause
They should
that's
just
so
be
funny.
wrestlers because they nail it. I mean, they're just so.
Even
Phil was
the
telling me
dialogue
apparently
and
at some
stuff,
point
too.
he trained for some wrestling at one point.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I want that video footage. Send it to me, Phil. I want to see it.
it's so good. It just reminds me of when I used to watch wrestling back in the day. Like when The Rock and Stone Cold were in the ring.
I was really excited for you
Right.
to go like Hogan, and you went Attitude Era.
No, I mean I watched more when in the Hogan era, but like I don't remember it that well because I was a kid. But I remember Undertaker and The Rock and all those guys.
Yeah, that was around. I think I'd started tuning out around the time Undertaker popped up. Like he was kind of cool for a while. I was like, oh, this he's like some unstoppable supernatural thing, and then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's really just unstoppable.
I like The Rock. I watched a lot of wrestling with The Rock.
I like his movies.
Some of them.
I love it. Walking Tall. That movie
Walking
does
Tall
not
is
get
the
enough
best.
love.
That movie is incredible. It is.
It's so good. It's just not long enough. It feels like a TV episode or something. I don't know. It feels very short to me.
That
I only
The
have
Rundown was
really
like the
good
1-2
movie.
hit of his career. Like it was just like back to back those movies, and I was like, this guy's he's the new.
Wait, that
Schwarzenegger
one
element.
and the one with what is it called? Oh, The Rundown.
Rundown
Yeah,
with
yeah.
I actually
Good
just watched that the
That's
other
good.
night.
Did you really like that?
It's so
Yeah.
good.
I only have
was just
a,
flipping through movies, see what there was, and I thought I think I remembered it being kind of funny, so I watched it. It was
I didn't say Skyscraper. I said Walking Tall and Rundown.
I only have a couple movies that I actually have like physical DVD copies of. Like I just don't collect physical DVDs or whatever. And Walking Tall is one of those movies.
Oh man, it's so good.
So good.
That blew my
It
mind.
really is
That
good.
fight in the forest was at the time was like one of the most brutal things I'd ever seen. It was a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
It's like, this is insane.
And it was like Johnny Knoxville's in it, and he's a good character. He's
Oh
not just
yeah.
like
Yeah, he's
a bad
good in
character.
that.
Like his character was actually great in that movie, and I like it. The whole movie is so good. The whole thing. The cast is good. Anyway,
He was also in that Schwarzenegger movie when he came back to film. The heck was that movie called? Where he's like a sheriff.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was in that one too, and not as good in that one.
Arnold was in The Rundown.
He was?
wasn't he?
Yep.
That's
Right.
right.
It's just a little cameo. He walks past him in a club.
Yeah.
And then
There's
The
a
Rock
little
gives him,
passing of the
like,
torch
he-
there.
He says something,
Oh, that's
and The Rock
funny.
gives him this dirty look.
Yeah, I always
Which
wish they
I
put
only
Rock
know
in the
because, like I
Expendables.
said, I just happened to just watch it. So,
Oh, I forgot. I do remember that a little bit. Him being in that.
have you
Did
guys? Go ahead.
No, go on you.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if you guys seen the new trailer for Black Adam.
Yeah,
I saw a snippet of it in a compilation of stuff before the Batman movie.
I
Yeah.
saw the teaser or whatever where they're in a like they get in the pyramid or whatever. I guess.
Yeah, the
They-
teaser
they-
we watched that on the channel.
He looks
Yeah,
good.
it's-
I like,
it
I
looks
like his
good.
look.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
I also like Shazam.
The Shazam, the first movie was great. I thought.
I could tell they
It
were
was
setting
good.
up a gay character in that too. It's like, oh jeez, here
Yeah.
we go. That kid's gonna be gay in this movie. They'll get their woke points for that one. But no, I'll probably check that one out. I'm very like I just kind of pick and choose
Yeah.
I used to be really invested in all these superhero movies. Like I had to see every single one, and I just kind of pick and choose now. Like Spider-Man and Batman, they're pretty much. I've ignored everything else post
Go by
Infinity War.
The character.
What's that?
Just go by the character.
Yeah, it's like,
You're
I'll see a
interested in-
Batman movie.
Yeah.
They're supposedly making a World War Hulk, which
Really?
Ooh.
I'm like
that might
I'm,
get my butt back in the seats.
I'm extremely excited and like extremely terrified.
Although they'll ruin it.
Doing a World War Hulk. Well, in the Doctor Strange trailers, you can Patrick Stewart's in the trailer, right? So you know
Yeah.
they're gonna have Professor X in there. So if they have the Illuminati, that's like a huge part of the whole World War Hulk story. Except they destroyed Planet Hulk with Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
They completely ruined that story. So I don't know how they would do it. But my big question would be, if they actually do a World War Hulk movie, are they going to have the Hulk actually beat the living hell out of everybody in the MCU, or they're gonna,
No, they'll do it. It's going to
not
be
want
like
them to
World
do
War
that.
She-Hulk, and she's going to beat the crap out of everybody in the MCU.
I was going to ask in the Doctor Strange trailer too. I've seen a bunch of people referencing Superior Iron Man in that, which looks cool. Like maybe, but it would be neat. And a lot of others are saying this is like where Reed Richards is going to come in because the Illuminati and stuff like that. I don't know. I've been able to. I can turn my brain off a lot of times on some of these Marvel movies, and I know like Mark probably hates me saying that. But like I can, I can look past some of it, and just enjoy it for like a movie and not.
I forced myself through the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like I very much wanted to turn it off, but I tried because I genuinely wanted, because I love those are two of my favorite characters from the MCU.
I know, but it might be one of the worst. That could have been the worst show you could have possibly watched. Like to try to enjoy. Hey, did you watch Hawkeye?
No.
That actually wasn't bad at all. It was like
Hawkeye was okay.
I thought
I was curious because I know they brought what's his face back, Kingpin back.
Yeah, and he was good.
I like Jeremy Renner. I like his character of Clint.
Hawkeye. Yeah,
he's like the dad. He's like the grounded dad character.
Yep.
So I watched it just because I like him.
Yes, that says he quit after WandaVision. I liked WandaVision. I'm one of the few that dug that
WandaVision was good. Now I liked Hawkeye, and I thought that she's not Girl Hawkeye, but whatever, Kate Bishop,
whatever her name is.
I thought that character was good. Like I thought the actor or actress was great, and I thought she was a good character. So I don't know. I thought the show was fine. I had no problems with it really.
Leandro says, "Sorry, I'm going to cut you off for a minute."
You're fine.
Real quick. Before
that's fine.
He said with WWF, I tuned out in '93, got back in around '97 for the Attitude Era. Monday Night Wars became it's moving. Wars became a bonding night for all the Marines in my barracks. Well, that's cool. I can't poo-poo that. I didn't care for the Attitude Era much, but I also tuned out around '93, I think, with wrestling, because I think that's probably around the Lex Luger time, I'm guessing. But yeah, sorry, go on, Macho. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was nothing. I don't even know where I was going. I was probably just starting to babble.
Well, we were talking about WandaVision.
I know what I was gonna say, and that was I was gonna change directions and say now Book of Boba Fett, that was bad.
Well, hold up.
Wait. Episode 5, episode 6 were phenomenal. The rest of the show was not good.
We're powdering each other's butts in Discord over that movie.
Episode 5 and episode 6.
Me and Macho were like team anti-Disney for a while. He was like, "Yeah, Boba Fett sucks." Yeah, Macho like, "Oh, you guys gotta watch it. Oh, it's really great. You guys would love it." And then I don't know what happened. The next week, suddenly him and Macho were just like, "Hey, bro, oh man, Boba Fett, right, bro? Yeah, man, it's awesome."
It's because if you watch the show, episodes 1 through 4 are not good at all. Episode 5 is a show about the Mandalorian, phenomenal. Episode 6 was the Mandalorian again with about 10 seconds of Boba Fett, once again phenomenal. And then episode 7 was just like he did ride a Rancor into battle. Sorry, spoiler alert. Other than that, it kind of like has soured on me. I tried to watch it again and I was like, this isn't good.
Man, don't you try and act tough because Mutt's not here. You two are both in Discord. Like, it might be the greatest show in the history of mankind.
I didn't say that.
Book of Boba Fett. Oh, there he is now. He is. He's summoned him. He just got on the toilet, got his phone out.
5 and 6 were great, and it pulled me back in. In 7, there were good elements of it, but ultimately,
I'm gonna see if I can summon Mutt into this stream because I'm gonna say something.
Yes, Nick Tronis. 5 and 6 were Mando episode
series 3. Does not make a good show, Mutt. You cannot say Boba Fett was a good show because of 2 episodes.
Yeah.
We will.
I
We
didn't
will
care.
see.
I didn't care for it overall, but that all the Rancor stuff on the last episode, I
Rancor
was
is
like,
cool.
I was laughing with excitement because
Yeah.
the Rancor is such an awesome monster.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing you see it when you're a little kid in Return of the Jedi, and that's kind of it, right?
Yeah.
You never really get to see a Rancor again. So it was a baby. It would have been great if it was like full grown, but just watching it just romp around was a blast. Just
I saw
overall,
the
I
first
didn't really
episode
care.
and I liked the snippet of him getting out of the ring, the 2 seconds of him like in the not the Rancor, the Sarlacc pit. I thought that was kind of cool.
Dude,
so I was like, all right, I like this. And then the show
that was a bad scene too, because I said this to Mutt, but have you guys ever seen Raising Arizona?
Yeah.
And there's a scene where John Goodman he's dug a hole out of jail and he busts his hand through the mud in the desert and he climbs out of the desert, and that's exactly that scene. That is that scene from, if you go back and look at it or look it up on YouTube, that they basically recreated it with the Mandalorian, and I can't unsee it, and it's ruined it for me.
Was it the sketch says my sketchbook 340 says, why is Mutt never on the stream? I feel why is Mutt never on our stream?
He's pooping usually.
He's usually poop. He's on the toilet. He probably didn't get time to get the green screen up. Oh, look at him. He's talking about. You know what I get to do? We get to ignore Mutt because he's not on stream. So whatever he's saying.
No, look, he says it tricked me into being a kid again. I couldn't help it. I knew there was some garbage storytelling in it, but the characters are cool except for the dumb tech kids. Except Boba Fett himself wasn't that cool.
You know why people liked Boba Fett in the original movie? He didn't talk. You didn't see his face, and he was in it for 2 seconds.
Well, he was like,
you could use your imagination about Boba Fett.
He was ruthless, and like I get that in this one he was trying to redeem himself and whatever, because it was Dances with Wolves. That second episode, it was Dances with Wolves, except with sand people.
See, what I would have done if I made a Boba Fett, because I didn't read a lot of the EU stuff on Boba Fett. There's a ton of it. That's why people love him so much. But if I made a Boba Fett show, he would be a bumbling idiot and always win on accident, because that's basically
that is him in a nutshell. Yeah.
But I'd amp it up to like 1,000. Like he's just always doing stupid crap.
He's Mr. Magoo.
He had the silliest death in like movie history. Like he got accidentally bumped by a blind guy and fell into a pit. Like so that's what I would have done. He's a moron. He's got brain damage. I would have had him like the whole series, and
Aaron, since you guys watch too much mainstream garbage. I mean, yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah, I grew up on mainstream garbage. That's
exactly. Now Mutt says he did 2 streams in a row. Oh, he's talking about last week. What,
Saturday.
Let's give you a medal or something.
You want to know how many streams Macho's done in a row? A lot more than
many.
2. He's over here bragging because he showed up for a second time one week.
We'll give you.
He always like, I'm so busy, but then he just sits in our chat.
Yeah, I know. I'm busy, but I can type. All right, so Aaron, we watch too much mainstream garbage. So what should we be watching? That's the question.
He's gonna say like Amelie.
Amelie, what is that?
He's probably a big Amelie fan.
What's Amelie?
It's like a French movie from the 90s that everybody spoons over.
What should we be watching? Everybody should tell us what we should be watching.
It's gonna be like American Beauty. It's beautiful.
American Beauty. I love that Kevin Spacey. Isn't he in that?
So great.
Love that Kevin Spacey.
Nothing wrong about that guy. He's
just quality American right there. Good man. Good morals.
Solid man.
You should be watching Downstream.
Looky at Bantha.
True Detective season 1.
True Detective. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good season.
The problem is it's hard to get my wife on board with a lot of these shows. I tried watching that with her, and she was like tuned out within like 30 minutes of that show. So it's like, unless I want to like sit down and watch these things by myself, I don't really want to do it. Yeah. I like to watch stuff with people. Amanda B.
Trick him into watching it.
I know I did trick her into watching that.
Season 1 was really good, but I can't watch any more seasons because I know there's not going to be any more Lovecraft references. I know that was like that gimmick for that season. So I'm
True Detective?
Yeah.
Was there? See, I only saw the first episode.
Carcosa, The King in Yellow, all that stuff is Lovecraft.
What is? I don't even know. What is True Detective? Somebody tell me.
Well, it's like a anthology show, isn't it? Because it's like the first season was Woody Harrelson and who's the other guy?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like an anthology. I don't know who was on all the other ones, but
okay.
It looks cool. Like I heard the second season sucked, and then I just never heard about it after that. I'll tell you what show y'all should be watching. Banshee. Watch
Banshee.
That. Oh my gosh, Banshee.
Huh. What is
so
Banshee?
Inappropriate, but so good.
What is it?
It's this guy. It was on Skinamax. Cinemax.
Oh my gosh.
But no, it was this ex-con. This dude broke out of prison and ran to the small town, and sees the sheriff get killed, and so he pretends to be the sheriff because nobody had met the guy yet. And so the whole series is him pretending to be the sheriff of this town, but he's like an escapee from prison. It's so freaking good. And the whole show is like it's like in Pennsylvania. There's like this like Amish like mafia. Like the series is insane, and every series has like a boss fight, which is just like the coolest thing.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
You put the Amish Mafia in there?
Dude, it's so good. They're so screwed up.
Saved by the Bell reboot? Is there a reboot of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a sequel, isn't it?
Well, you can't have Screech, so, I'm not going to watch it.
All right, Banshee.
Banshee. And Reacher was also one of the cool shows I've seen in a while.
Oh, Reacher is really good.
I haven't watched that. I kind of want to check that out.
It's so funny. That show was really like
Reacher.
Like I wouldn't say appropriate, but like not too adult until like halfway through. They're just like, we're gonna throw all the boobs into these 2 episodes. Yeah. And then it goes right back to just being a regular like.
Usually that's pilot territory. Like they do that in the pilot, but But no, I wasn't even interested in watching it, and I'm like, whatever, I'll give it a try, and it was so surprisingly good. It was
another anti-woke show, which is like
well, someone on Twitter, I won't name names, but they messaged me and said that they tried it based on my recommendation, and that like they got a couple episodes in, and then there's all these racist white people, and you couldn't do it anymore. And I'm like,
wait, what?
There are racist white people. They exist, like it's not like they don't exist. And that
are you talking about Reacher, the racist people in Reacher?
Yeah, when the black cop goes into the house and he gets beat up.
Yeah, but it kind of made sense for that. Like they were just in like a hillbilly, like the place you would find people like that. That's the thing.
That's where the racists are. Like that.
It wasn't everywhere. It was like what's funny is instead of calling it racism, they kept calling them like city boy. Like, oh, you're like a city boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they didn't focus on the racism aspect of it. The black cop wasn't like, well, if I was white, you wouldn't have done. No, like there's none of that. It was just like it happened, and I mean he kind of alludes to like, did you need to be that rough or whatever? But I don't know. I didn't find it woke at all. I thought it was very, very. It ignored all the identity politics stuff.
Leandro, have you seen the phenomenal Nikita? Like, I don't watch AEW. I just haven't gotten into it, but I know over on Polden's channel, you've been like spamming his chat with Nikita Lyons. Some new diva. Do they call them divas in AEW? I don't know what they call them.
I don't know what Nikita Lyons. What is
it's a wrestler, a female wrestler.
Oh, got it.
I imagine she's attractive, based on Polden's chat going nuts every time he says the name. They're all like, "Oh, Nikita."
Everybody's excited to see Mutt Man. Look, he's just
Mutt. People like you, man. You
people like you.
Sometime.
For whatever reason, probably because he color swapped me.
Because what? Oh yeah, he's color swapped.
He's color swapped me.
I went back because I was going through old streams to like put stuff together, and I kept looking, like not knowing which one was you guys. Sometimes, like I would see it in my, like I'd be looking on one part of the screen, and in my peripherals, I couldn't tell which one was you.
I'm the good-looking one.
The same facial hair, the same hat, T-shirt. It's like the white and the dark areas of their beard are just reversed. So it's really strange. She got that donkey. Oh my. Okay. Oh, NXT. What? Yeah, can someone explain to me the wrestling leagues? Like, there's NXT, there's WWE, there's AEW. Is NXT part of WWE? I don't follow it. I apologize. I don't really care for modern day wrestling. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. It's hard to follow.
I watched the Rumble, and there was this little twink that ran into, like, the Riddle. His name is. I was like, why are these guys wrestlers? Like, they used to be these like giant titans with like huge guts and massive arms, and now it's like these like little scrawny guys running in there like half naked, looking weird.
So I remember being, in like middle school, and my buddies and I would be like, if you were a wrestler, what would your name be? And we'd always like try to think up the coolest name, and I'd always be like, mine would be like Chainsaw. Chainsaw would be my wrestler name.
Chainsaw. We used to at my last job, because we were very bored, we used to play like what would your entrance theme be?
Oh, nice. That's good.
Mine was always Enya, Sail Away.
Yeah. Oh man, that's perfect.
But I'd come out like really like hardcore to it. Here comes Randather. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I gotta go.
I think I stopped watching.
I'm looking at the chat.
The last big wrestler I can remember about, like, when I stopped watching it, was the Ultimate Warrior. It was a bit after he'd shown
back.
Up.
Yeah.
What was weird was his when he died, because I remember the night before he died was his Hall of Fame induction. So I remember my brother called me, like, dude, Warrior's getting inducted. I was like, no way. So I turned it on. We were all excited talking about it. And the next day he was dead.
Oh, gosh.
Really? I didn't even know he died.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while.
For a while.
These guys seem to kick it kind of early.
Oh, they are, because of all the roids and drugs.
They have a hard life.
Yeah.
All the drugs.
I did get to meet Ted DiBiase once.
Dude, he's
cool.
a pastor now.
And he
Ted DiBiase?
He's a pastor in like Missouri or somewhere. Yeah.
That's cool.
He was telling us all kinds of little tricks they used to do for the blood. Like, so he's talking about the blood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you ever hear the trick, how they do that? The blood?
Mm-mm.
So what they would do, because you know how a lot of times they'd have tape on their finger?
Yeah.
Or they would have a couple fingers taped up.
Mm-hmm.
So he said what they would do is, before the match, they would take one aspirin and a shot of bourbon to really thin their blood.
Wow.
In the tape, they'd have like the little corner of a razor blade.
Holy
And so
crap.
at some point during the match, they would just nick their forehead. So it would look like they were bleeding profusely, but they really weren't. But that was what they would do. So they really were bleeding, but it was
really were bleeding.
Controlled.
I always just assumed it was like a blood packet they had hidden.
How do they not
No, they-
accidentally slash each other up though with those razor blades in there? Jeez.
Probably just how they had it. But I mean,
Uh,
if you've ever nicked your forehead, it just like gushes
yeah.
That's insane.
already. But for them to take an aspirin and bourbon at the same time, that's why they'd be all bloody, but it wouldn't be like so stark.
Yeah.
It was kind of thin. And then he told us he told us a story too. He was talking a bit about Andre the Giant, and he was talking about a time they were in Japan for an event, and he and Andre were leaving the hotel room, going, taking the elevator down to the lobby, and he was saying, so a lot of the people there are fairly short, and Andre was like massive, so they were slightly above like waist level. Well, he said that they were going down to the lobby at this hotel, and everybody was packed into the elevator like sardines. So Andre looked at him and kind of winked, and then he just let one rip in the elevator where everybody's packed in there. And yeah,
he is. You always knew him growing up, like he was always around, but you never really, outside of the wrestling and movies, you didn't know that much. But he is probably one of the most fascinating wrestlers that's like ever existed. I read those. I showed him the other week. These two comics I got, which are they act as like a biography for the guy, and they're incredible. He was just an interesting character, but very sad though, like a very sad, depressing life. And, it was very depressing to read it. But the fact that he was always tanked is one of the funniest things to me though. Like he was always just wasted. So I think that's the only way he could really get through life, because of all the pain he was in. But they would tell stories of him being like passed out on a hotel floor, and like nobody could lift him, so they would just have to leave him on the floor. Like all these people trying to get him off the hotel lobby, and
they'd be like, "Well, it's the hotel's problem now."
pretty much, they would just leave him there. It's like, okay. But yeah, very, very sad, tragic ending to that guy. And I guess his daughter, like, he was very estranged from her, and I don't even know if he knew that he had her for a while or something. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting guy.
What was do you guys remember the match? It was the bloodiest thing I can remember. It was Mankind, and I can't remember who was it. Mankind versus like Goldust, or there's one of these. It was one of these matches, and Mankind Mankind was like bloody, like he was covered in blood, and I remember them like pouring nails out and like getting slammed through tables on nails and stuff. And Mankind was always crazy and did stuff like that. I had friends that loved that guy. I never was into him.
Who was that? That reminded me of that. Who's that rock star? We want to party, we're gonna party.
Andrew WK.
Yeah, you remember his album cover? I guess he really broke his nose for that cover, where he's all like and stuff. I guess he smashed his face and like had the picture taken for that.
Oh my gosh,
it's like the Mankind.
Oh, I know. Is he the guy that wears all white, like white t-shirt?
Yeah,
white jeans
Andrew WK. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That dude. That's a crazy dude. Mankind always reminds me of him, like just a crazy.
He reminds you of that?
Mick Foley, Mankind.
Oh, Mick Foley, yeah.
That's why Dusty Rhodes' forehead looked like it did.
Dude.
Were you guys Dusty Rhodes fans?
Not really, no.
I didn't. That polka dot outfit was really off. Which apparently was a punishment from Vince McMahon. I guess they had some kind of falling out, and that was how he got him back, because he made him wear that polka dot outfit whenever he wrestled.
That's funny.
He rocked it, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cal, you okay? Big guy?
Yeah, I'm just.
Are you playing
thinking about Elden? He's thinking about Elden Ring.
How playing Elden Ring? I'm like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think you were playing it last time too, and the camera popped on.
Well, I moved the computer last time.
Oh.
So I could run the stream, because I mean the wrestling stuff. I'm behind the scenes, and I'm literally just sitting there looking at the.
But I know Dusty had a career in the 70s. I don't care about that. Was the worst era of wrestling ever. Don't pretend like that was a good.
Yeah,
that's like the Bob Backlund era. No, that's terrible.
Look, if we keep downing Dusty Rhodes, and other characters like Ric Flair, he'll eventually get on here and try to defend himself.
Come on in, Mutt. Ric Flair sucks. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm here, guys. What are you? You so wrong about Dusty.
Told you.
I'm sure he was a great guy. May he rest in peace. Okay, we good now, buddy? How's Shinobi Sasquatch going? How's it going, Cal? I'm sorry. I'm just reading the chat. Don't yell at me. We did a commercial. That's how it's going. All right, drop it. Don't be mad at me, Cal. Come on, man.
I'm not mad.
He's mad at me now. I was just reading. I wasn't thinking. I was reading the chat.
No, I'm fine. No, I'm just playing. I can't share things, but I have some possibly good news coming soon.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Freaking no.
It doesn't sound very helpful.
You know what? We'll take the.
We could probably literally all say that.
I'll just say
there's a possibility I'll have good news in the future, but I'm not sure.
Rob sent me a message, and I can't share what it said, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, great.
And it's potentially good.
I'm sure it was packaged with a selfie, glistening.
Was he flexing in this?
It's like, hey man,
message?
working hard.
No.
Always flex. I got my second book ever back today. What did you get backed, Amanda B? I got my second book ever backed today. What does that mean? You got a book funded?
She backed 2 books, and the second one.
The second one showed
she
up
got today. I think that's what she means.
I got my second book ever backed today. What was the first book you backed?
What was the second? What was both
What's
of
the
them?
first
No, okay,
and
but
the
you're saying what the
second?
first one was now. What was the first one? I have. I'm still
That's
waiting
the
on a couple
third
that
of
I
my-
know are getting sent out.
That's the
Peregrine's one
third
of
of
them.
my first 8. You ain't alone, Cal.
Third of my first 8. What is going on with these numbers?
All right, so Replicator, okay.
Oh, Replicator. All right.
Rob Arney.
But what was the first back you booked? First back you booked.
What's the first back you booked?
What's the
Back you
first back
booked.
you booked? I'm on like 80, guys. 80 what? What are these numbers? You're saying Replicator was the second book, but you've backed 80 of them? You've backed... What is that, 78? You backed 78 books since then? I want to know.
Black
I
Flag.
actually had a book that I backed arrive actually just the other day.
Oh, yeah?
I backed so long ago. I forgot.
You forgot about it?
Yeah.
What was the book?
The book is this Night Hunters.
Night Hunters. What is that? That looks cool.
This was on the Forbidden Kickstarter crowdfunding.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You're a
So
naughty boy.
this book
Yeah.
I backed strictly for the art.
You guys afford all this.
The art and the color is like insane. So I don't know.
Oh
if you
yeah.
can-
It reminds me a little bit of there's a Instagram artist called Azarit, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, it looks similar to that.
Like this is just like
I love
the
the
charts,
coloring. The colors
like neon color. So I'll have to give it a read. Hopefully it's good. But yeah, I backed this. I don't even know. I don't know how long ago I backed this book. But it just showed up.
But we know Cal's not alone in being late. I
What's-
showed like 5 other books that are also late on
No.
Saturday.
What's the quality like on that book, David? Excuse me.
Well, they did it like this. So the cover and stuff's a matte finish.
Uh-huh.
They didn't do glossy, but it's pretty just like standard trade paperback. The paper also not glossy, so the whole thing is matte, like, which actually this would probably be a bit more difficult to look at if it was glossy. But other than that, I mean, this is
Right.
as good of quality as you'd get on any trade that you pick up. Other than the fact that the design.
Is Phil's name spelled with 2 L's? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
No. Shouldn't be.
Did I not
There's
know
a
that?
book that Mutt and I both backed on Kickstarter a while back, and excuse me, I'm so tired. Ugh, it was the worst quality comic I've ever gotten. It looked like somebody printed it off a home printer and stapled it together like at home. It didn't fold together right. Like the pages, some pages were like overlapping by a good, like 4 or 5 mils, eighth of an inch or whatever. Like, I mean, it was bad. And it's more than the third yawn of the night, Mutt. You're late. But it was just a bad quality book, and I was so bummed because it looked really good, and it was by a great artist. Writer was a Virginia boy, but the artist was somebody that was starting to get some traction. So anyway, it sucked though.
Can I ask you guys a favor for your next book, Macho? Can you do one of those
Sure.
binded sides? Like an actual
You like the bonded side? Yeah.
because I want to be able
love
to
the
put it
bonded
in
side.
my bookshelf with the other ones, but I can't really do it with the ones that are folded.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Maybe do that. for your basics.
I'm a big fan
200.
of the bonded side, for sure.
That's
I'm
200
not,
is a
because I
lot.
have Hero and it does not have that.
I said I
Yeah,
like
see that
them. I
white bin
didn't-
back there? It's in there because I can't put it with the nice ones.
Why can't you do that?
Because it'll get lost and it'll get bent. And no, I want to see. I want to have to guess which one I've got in there. I want to see it.
I want to do eventually a collected volume, and like when we get done,
That's what
big-
Daddy wants.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
sweet.
what Daddy wants right there.
I know.
Yeah, because that is to date one of my favorite books from CG.
Yes.
Not just because I like you guys, but because I
Did it.
genuinely enjoyed that one a lot. Felt very 80s action. I love that.
Yes, that's what we're going for.
That's what I
And
want.
look, that's a great segue for me to say, everybody, you can still buy Hero, and it's on eBay right now, and it's also on cgnow.net. So if you don't
Ooh.
know cgnow.net, you should go there. Fantastic website, has a bunch of awesome CG properties, and they are basically links to buy said indie comics. And then also we have our book Hero on eBay as well. And Amanda B says Hero with a question mark. It is spelled. You did spell it correctly.
Hero.
And I tell you what, I'm going to find a link and ask somebody to put it in the chat.
There you go.
But
You can't do it yourself, aren't you?
I doubt I am.
Do we have? Is Mutt a moderator? Do we have mods?
Mud
We
is
only
a
have
moderator.
one. I think Skip.
There he goes. He did it.
Why is Skip?
I guess Mud is too.
Of all the people, you got Skip.
He used to be a fan.
Thank you,
He used
Aaron.
to
I
be a
appreciate
guy who watched
that.
our
Hero
show.
is awesome. Mutt's got it. So, Amanda, if you do want a copy, you can buy it right there. We're real proud of it. And yeah, check out cgnow.net. Mutt should put the link to that in there too. And not just our book, but there's a ton of other really fantastic books as well.
Phil, is your name really 2 L's? Like, if I were to say Phil, it would be right out. Phil would be Phill.
Like Phil Dunphy.
I feel, I don't know. This is weird. I don't like this. I don't like the 2L thing. I don't like that I've been calling him 1L all this time.
I've
been saying it like it's 1L. Now I have to say like Phil.
I don't trust a man with 2 L's in his name.
I don't. We need to reconsider our business relationship. Diaz Brothers showed off their cover. Did you see their cover on Lost Pages 2? That gold. It's got that dude with the skull jaw.
Oh yeah.
It's all gold and shiny. It's nice. Yes. Are you encouraging the cover, or are you saying that it's 2 L's and you said it with 2 S's? Yes.
Yes.
Is this just a thing you do? Do you put 2 letters at the end of stuff? Phil, we gotta talk about that.
Thing.
I don't like it.
It's my thing.
I don't. My thing with 2 G's. I don't like it. I've worked with a Bill who spelt it B-I-L. See, that's wrong too.
That is wrong.
Can you guys just do your names right? That'd be like me saying M-A-R-C for my name, which is wrong. And I loathe anybody who does it. Or saying David when you can just be Dave.
Takes too long. It's twice the amount of time it
2
takes
L's
to say
with
Dave.
S's? Is it Phil's? What are you doing?
Phil.
Stop it. Stop
I
that.
fixed my name.
Stop that, Philil. Have I been saying it wrong too? Is it Philil?
Philil. It's Philil.
Philil.
Are we doing the pitches tonight?
Do you want to do top that?
You guys do your pitches, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm asking. It was just literally just a question.
Man.
Well, he did have to. He had to inconvenience himself.
If you want me to come back next week with a pitch for this, we can do that, or we can do it tonight.
Darth, yes, we know yours has 2 S's.
Me and
Do you want
Dave
to just
will
get this one? Do you want to just get it out of the way? Get a new topic?
Yeah, get the sci-fi out of the way because I don't like sci-fi pitches.
Yeah, we know you want to do your supernatural thriller detective story next week.
Oh my god. He
knows I'm right. Philistines.
Okay, well,
yeah, you like the Philistine. Well, he's a big dude, Phil. Every time they do a promo for us, I'm always surprised at how ripped they are. All I ever see is them from like here. They're always like this on their streams, and so I never know that they're like jacked.
Yeah, right.
And, when they do these promos, it's like, oh my gosh, very intimidating.
They're funny. The promo is great.
You know, I'll work faster when I do commissions for them if they show muscles. Show them my place. All right. Well, do you have the intro to top that? So you don't have our Breaking Rad intro apparently.
I'm king, and they know it. When I snap my fingers, everybody says sure I'm hot, and you're not. But if you want to hang with me, I'll give it one shot. Top that.
Don't forget, boys. When gentlemen, sorry, you're grown men. You're not boys. when you dance, my baby boy. When you guys give your pitches, make sure you end it with a top that.
Top that.
You gotta do that.
Who's first? Your boy
me flip my
Murdoch or
coin.
your boy Elden Lord?
David.
Elden Lord.
I feel like David's earned the right to go first tonight.
He
He worked
has.
so hard.
This is bleak. Just so you know, I'm just giving you a heads up. This is just bleak.
It's buddy
I was-
comedy.
Anything
I was
less.
headed. I was headed
It
to
wasn't
the
that funny,
shop.
wasn't it?
I was headed to the shop this morning, intent on writing this, and then
Yeah.
I drove past a Chevron and I saw the new gas price, and it ruined my day.
No. Yeah.
Welcome, Jill Ball.
It's downhill from there.
No, I know. I have a V8 truck too, dude.
Hey guys, say hi to Joe Ball. He's in our chat.
Hey,
Ball.
Joe Ball.
Hi, Joe.
Come on.
Hi.
Let's be good hosts.
All right,
Hello.
I can't see you, so you're just gonna have to tell me when to start.
Okay, I'm gonna spotlight you, and I cannot wait to see how a buddy comedy became bleak. I'm really excited. Okay, at David Murdoch Art, your 2 minutes starts now.
Grizzled and gleaming with sweat, Curtis cruises down Texas State Highway 118 in his rusted 73 Catalina 400 coupe under the scorching noon sun. Window cracked, the wind whistles by as the thick smoke of a Camel-wide dangles smoldering from his lips as vacuum through the escape. An AM radio preacher's fire and brimstone sermon underlines this fugitive hooligan's focused stare. 5/8 of a mile behind Curtis are his pursuers, Clifton and Randall, two state police fitting perfectly the tired buddy cop cliche. As entertaining as I'm sure their conversation is going right now, were we to check in on the undoubted back and forth that's certainly going on as they close in on their target, it would be of no consequence. The sky ahead of the pursuit rips open, blinding the driver, sending them off-road into the desert sands as a massive interstellar transport carrying a lost crew crashes down. As the dust settles and smoke clears, the badged highwaymen are slouched in their wrecked vehicle, coated in blood and lifeless. Curtis exits the Catalina and approaches the wrecked ship, unsheathing a tarnished pilot's knife, and enters. Later, under the clear and starry sky, Curtis rumbles down the highway. In the rear seat lies his bloodied pilot knife and a string of Phyrexian pearls from the pools of the Mar Trista moon. Just ahead, a silhouette waves him down. He pulls to the side of the highway and the hitchhiker jogs towards the coupe. She hops in, thanks him for the ride, asks where they're headed. He lights up another cigarette. Top that. That is it.
Wow.
All right.
20 seconds to
All
spare.
right.
So bleak.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that again.
I like that.
Oh, look at Cal talking tough.
No, I
I have to
think
go
it
watch
was,
that again because I was so bored.
No, I wasn't
Tired.
bored. Jeez, you are such an ingistator. You're an
You're a
ingistator.
stinker gator. Shut your mouth. Stinky gator.
All right. Let me spotlight me.
By the way, Darth sent me photos from their wrestling night, ping pong or bingo wrestling night.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Oh, good lord! Can I just put this one up for a minute?
Yeah. One sec.
I know.
Look at that!
Hold on. Let me spotlight you. Hold on.
Look at that!
What is that?
That's it kind of looks like Mutt a little bit.
That is Mutt.
Mutt, were you wrestling? It's hard to make out, but there's like a giant beard.
It was like Jabba the Mutt.
Jabba the Mutt.
All right, proceed. A little motivation for you, Cal. So.
There you go.
Thanks. I needed that. Let me solo myself. All right. I am becoming the Elden Lord. Your 2 minutes starts. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta pull up my now. This is called the Rogan Peterson Express. In the year 2775, the inhabitants of the SpaceX party cruiser, the Rogan Peterson Express, have been trying to find their way back to Earthica 1 for over 300 years. With the vessel's patented SPF 1000 anti-UV shell, together with centuries of advances in medical science and isolation from terrestrial viruses and other contagions, the lifespan on board has increased to over 10 times what it was in the dark ages following the Biden apocalypse of 2023. Meaning the crew that left Earthica 1 as 20-something fraternity brothers and exotic dancers back in the year 2310, though hundreds of years old, appear in their primes, and believe you me, those boys have all but perfected the keg stand. The spaceship left Earthica 1 on a summer pleasure cruise meant to last 3 weeks, but when an insane junkie, a crazy hooligan called D-Wag, spilled bomb water on the navigation system, the ship went off course, sending the revelers hurtling out of the solar system. Because the vessel is not manned by humans but operated on a pre-programmed flight plan, it wasn't until the middle of the 4th week that anyone realized the situation. By then, it was too late to find Earthica 1 by just looking around for it. Centuries of bad navigational guesses. Shush! Centuries of bad navigational guesses have resulted in a 300-year frat party, but the partiers have long since grown bored of partying. With the second from the last sustenance fabricator on the fritz, the buzz has only been killed, and it's time for the boys of Phi Alpha Tau to bone up and save their brothers and the gaggle of strippers they hired from waiting in a food line while drifting eternally among the stars. And since Stat Zero and his best pal Rusty are the only ones taking an astronomy class, it's up to them and the power of friendship to right the sails and get the Rogan Peterson Express back home. Top
Do it.
that.
Ooh,
Dang.
you kind of did
Did
more
you
of
not- did you-
more of like a pharaoh sarcophagus thing with yours. Top that.
Did-
I know. I don't
Did
know how to
you,
do that. I've never understood.
Did you go more than 2 minutes?
Only because the freaking dogs were barking. God.
Oh,
they're
he didn't even Arnie
stupid.
himself.
Look, he's
No,
so mad
I
at the
couldn't
dogs
because
now.
it wasn't my fault. The dogs were barking.
Look, I got a question, Cal. Why were you
Yeah.
catering to the chat instead of me? You know I get more points than the chat.
Because I don't
does.
care
That
about
is-
your vote.
That didn't work last time.
It
Yeah,
never works
So
for him.
that's not a viable strategy.
I don't care about your vote. I care about the chat's vote. I'm trying to get chat in on the
Why are
voting
you
for
catering
me.
to these people? They mean nothing.
Nobody
They
even
mean
put
everything.
any kajus in anything.
But what Darth says, that was Mr. Fitness 2, the human shake. Is that real? The human shake weight? Oh, gosh. He was
I like
carrying a
that-
shake weight in the picture, which is
I like that D-Wag and Stat and Rusty made it into the story. That was cool.
yeah, sure. Machu,
But-
Machu Dan. I didn't realize you had Machu Dan in the.
Yeah, see, I did. It's Macho with 2 O's and Dan with 2 N's.
How did you change it? I've never been able to change my name on
You
stream.
get it to the left where it has the small little screen, and you click on the 3
Boomer.
dots, to edit name.
What? I've wanted to change my name so many times during stream, and I've never been. Oh, that's a game changer. That's a game changer right there. Machu Dan in the give
I
your.
fixed it. It's already fixed.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow,
See how fast I can do that,
how educational the stream was tonight. Who's your pick, Machu Dan?
man. So I'm gonna have to go with David on this one. Sorry, Cal. While I liked Cal's pitch and it seems funny, I kind of could see some sort of low budget, or not low budget, but like Netflix would have a field day making something with Dave's pitch. I think it could be a whole series.
Oh yeah, if
Cool.
Netflix got it.
Yeah.
That'd be a big romp.
I mean, I don't know. I was just trying to think of something to put. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm going with Dave.
It'd be an all black cast.
Look,
And I'll
Cal.
be gay too.
Oh my gosh, Cal. Look, Cal's looking sad.
I'm not
Okay,
sad.
Cal.
Well, look, Cal, I'm going to cheer you up. I'm going Cal this week.
Ah,
Whoa,
Don't
no,
patronize
no, I'm not.
me.
No, I'm not, because I don't like that. What are you doing? Stop
I'm
that.
looking for my dice so I can. I'll figure. I'll pick it out after.
Oh, I don't do the dice thing. Everyone hates the dice thing.
do the
I mean-
dice thing later.
No one likes the dice thing.
I'll pick it
No,
out.
I'm going Cal. D-Wagon Space is a good
D-Wag
premise
in space. Somebody needs to tell D-Wag he was in a pitch. I love the title of yours though, Cal. I think that was really good.
for me. What was his title again?
The Rogan Peterson Express.
Yeah, Rogan Peterson Express.
It's
I like it better when
I
Lex
like
says
the
the titles. But
I like the idea that in the distant future, Elon Musk's company is still doing stuff, but they're just making dumb things like pleasure cruisers that go into space, and like frat boys can rent it for the weekend or
it's kind of like
whatever.
Idiocracy.
I was
Doesn't
gonna
it
say
kind
that.
of-
Yeah.
My favorite
Yeah.
movie ever.
Yeah,
well, Jeremy, we have
Idiocracy,
our
man,
first
what a
tie
game.
on top of that.
Chat
First
needs
tie?
to chime in because we
Cat
need
never
a
chimes in on top of
tiebreaker.
that.
Yeah.
I
it's
was
usually just
taking
mutt.
speaking of Idiocracy, I was taking my trash out, my bins out this week, and I was thinking, man, where does all this trash go? Like, there's gonna come a point in the future where the Earth is gonna be just covered in trash
They
because
bury it, man.
every week they're full. Every week my trash bins are my
Yep.
recycles and trash, and it doesn't matter what you put it in, honestly, because they all just get landfilled.
Wasn't that the
some of
plot
them-
of Wall-E?
Get landfilled overseas, and
Yeah.
others stay here.
We're
That was the
we're
one?
eventually gonna have space cruise ships that we live on, and we're gonna be so fat we have to float around on
Man.
on like floating chair things. It's
People
gonna be
kept
great.
acting like that was a bad thing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Just floating in space, drinking a slushy for eternity in your fat chair. You get to hang out with all your friends. You're always talking on your. It's like what we do now. We're just sitting here on stream. Picture that. Only you're in a floating chair in space with a slushy.
It's gonna be
I like
great.
it.
Can't
Okay,
wait.
chat's not
We probably
I
don't have
mean,
anybody
Mutt
anymore.
voted
we
Cal.
usually lose them. when we do these
Mutt
things.
voted Cal because he couldn't vote Macho. He's probably tried really hard not to vote Macho.
I expected him to
Tonight.
vote Macho tonight.
But we have one vote in chat. I don't know if we count Goons. But if
Come on,
we
Mutt. You
do,
can
then
still
I
vote
win.
for me. You can still vote for me.
Make it a three-way tie. We got Macho for all his.
That's right.
Macho,
You know,
I gotta
I do
ask
wanna-
you.
Yeah.
Are you a Cheez-It fan?
I love Cheez-Its.
I saw your thing on Instagram.
Do you see
today.
my yeah?
And like
So
they messed with you by closing up a bag of Cheez-Its with Ziplocs?
So at work I always have like this, like I eat a lot of Cheez-Its. I like to snack while I'm working sometimes, and have some Cheez-Its, and we like to play jokes on each other. And the other day, one of the guys at the shop, I changed his M key. I flipped his M key and his W key upside down. And it took him forever. He doesn't look when he types, but then he said he like glanced down while he was typing, and he couldn't write for a couple minutes because he kept misspelling words, and he couldn't figure out why. It was because I flipped this M key and his W key. So he decided to get a bunch of zip ties, industrial zip ties, and he zip tied my Cheez-It box to my bench, to my workbench.
that
That's funny.
was kind of like when I saw that I got infuriated because I'm like, how are you supposed to get the Cheez-Its?
So did you see my fix though? I fixed
How
it.
did you get it out of it? Like you pulled it through somehow.
I used cable. I used some
You
cutters,
just cut the Ziploc?
and I cut the top. I like zip tied it so it wouldn't fall out, and I cut the top, so I made it was like a holder. It was perfect, and I could just.
That was pretty
I didn't-
sweet.
It was
Actually
pretty
really
tight.
made me crave Cheez-Its too because I love Cheez-Its.
Look, I get the big ones. They're like double the size. I mean, it's stupid. I know it's like a totally marketing thing,
Picturing, like,
but
you like-
they're so good. I know. I would, man. I'd love a Cheez-It that's like that big. It'd be amazing.
My when I got there were 2 times my coworkers used to do stuff to my cubicle because I worked in Cubeville.
Yeah,
the cubicles. And when I got married, I came back and they had saran wrapped not just my entire cubicle, but every item, like every pen, every like quarter, nickel, like everything in
Oh,
the cubicle, and then filled it to the
Jokes
brim
on them. It must have
with
taken
balloons.
forever.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody was shooting up the office because we popped the balloons after that, so it was. And then the other time what did they do? They toilet papered my cubicle while I was away.
I got my buddy good. So like I work in the cycling industry, and so my buddy was riding his bike to work at this time, and he's since moved, but we got into a series. It was just like a back and forth, and so I was trying to think of something more creative to do to him, and so I drew a rocket ship. But sometimes rocket ships can look like a wiener.
Wieners. Speaking
So I
of,
drew-
welcome Adam Kimber to the
So
chat.
I drew a rocket. I drew a rocket ship And I put like blast off or something like that, and like just made it look cartoony and silly. And I taped it to the inside of the fork leg that holds the front wheel, and I just left it. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait for him to like give me a hard time about it. And he didn't. And it was like a week, and then he was like moving, so he moved, and I was like, man, I'm really waiting for this text message, this angry text message about drawing a wiener on his bike, and it never happened. And then a couple weeks ago, a buddy of mine went down and saw him at the place he's working now, and he goes, he was like, yeah, that was real funny when I rode into work, and like, I'm like taking off my jacket and I hang my bike up on the bike hang in the office, and everybody was like, why do you have a wiener on your foot? So it was the long game, but I got him. It was pretty good.
Got him. Well played.
Yeah. We do a lot of that dumb crap. We like to tape things to other people's benches and stuff.
My 7-year-old decided to start every now and then drawing wieners on pictures.
That's because it's funny. It's because
it was very funny. We have a Magnadoodle. let me show you what I went over to grab the because I'll sit down and draw on the Magnadoodle when I'm bored because it's there.
Yeah.
So I come over. He left this for me. Waiting.
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow. That's good on a Magnadoodle.
It's not bad. He was in a weird mood that day because my other son was making his own like board game. He's 9 and he was writing out these cards with like this little trivia questions on them.
Yeah.
And so he was showing me. He didn't realize that the 7-year-old had sabotaged his card game as well that he was making. I was reading it and it's a spank me.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Right in the middle of his trivia game.
Oh my gosh, you boys, man, that's hilarious.
We're at that age. It's been a fun time.
Wieners are funny, man. It's
they're
funny.
hilarious.
It's funny. Yeah, I was trying to think of what else we've done practical joke wise. I sent one. I think you guys heard about this, but the same dude that had moved. It was right around Christmas, and I sent him a Christmas card to where he works, and it was a Christmas card that had a cat on the front of it wearing a Christmas sweater. And what happens is when you open it up, it basically triggers the card. It's like a grenade. It's like when you pull this pin and you stuff it in the envelope and send it, and then when somebody opens it, it triggers the grenade to go off, and it starts singing like Jingle Bells, but with meows. So it's like meow, 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 meow. And so it doesn't stop. It goes for as long as the battery will go, and you can't turn it off. And it lasts like 3 hours.
Oh, gosh.
That's funny.
And so I sent it to him. And the best part is like, what do you do when it won't turn off? Right? Like you're going to rip it open. You're going to rip it open to get the battery out. Right. Yeah. Well, inside the compartment where the battery is filled with glitter. So you rip it open and then glitter falls out everywhere.
Oh, that's just evil.
Oh my God.
That is pure evil.
It was worth every penny. I spent like $15 to buy and send this card, and it was worth every dollar I spent. It was so worth it.
Where did you buy this?
It's called Joker Greeting, I think. JokerGreeting.com.
That's not as good. I wanted Spencer's.
My sister is getting one of these cards.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
So it's JokerGreeting.com, and they have really funny ones. And they look legit. Or they're legit cards. They're real cards. But it's worth it. It's like $14 or $15, I think. But man, when you get that phone call and your friend or loved one is both mad and like amused, it's totally worth it.
It's one of those things where it's like you're mad, but like you have to admit, well played.
Yeah, like
well done,
okay,
sir.
got me, understood.
One of my proudest moments was a prank I played when I was a teenager. I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah,
and I still like in the intervening time between then and now, I've barely done anything as admirable, or sorry, not admirable, but as noteworthy. So I was at a pizza. We were at a pizza parlor with the youth group, and like one of the guys offered me that, like, the jar of like the red pepper flakes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, thanks. I pick it up and I go to pour some of my pizza, and he just unscrewed the lid, and so the whole thing fell on my pizza. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play the long game here. I took all the red pepper that had fallen on my pizza, all of it, and I wrapped it in a napkin. And then months later at Taco Bell, we were at Taco Bell, and I challenged him to a burrito eating contest. And like when he went to he'd gone to the bathroom before eating his burrito, and then I had filled his burrito with all those red pepper flakes. Like, I mean, it was half red pepper flake. And when he got back, I challenged him to a burrito eating contest. Like, who can eat it faster? So
I love that you were just carrying that napkin of red peppers around just on the off chance that your friend goes to the bathroom.
I had it with me all the time. Like the guy who's waiting to propose and he doesn't know when to do it, so he's got the ring with him all the time. That was me with red pepper flakes in my pocket.
I feel like one day you would have just snapped and like blown red pepper in his face.
Well, I knew I was going to put it in food. I was waiting for the right moment. But he ate that whole burrito in like 20 seconds.
Oh, no.
And he was in the bathroom for I don't even know how long. But yeah, it was awesome. I love pranks. I only do every once in a while.
Would you guys ever be interested in doing the Packy one chip challenge on a stream sometime?
What's that?
It's this company Packy. They make spicy chips.
Dude, I'd give it a shot. I'd give it a shot.
There's one chip. It's a one chip challenge. It's literally one chip, but it's just dusted, completely covered in like ghost peppers and like.
Ooh, I wouldn't do it.
Like Carolina Reaper dust, like all that stuff.
My stomach couldn't handle it.
And the thing is, you have to eat it, and you have this like a 5-minute like cool down, or whatever. Like you just have to endure it for 5 minutes. You can't drink anything or do anything.
I mean, I'd give it a shot.
Macho would do it with me.
We can host it. Well, let's host it, and then like anyone who wants to be on to do it, we can all whoever doesn't want to do it doesn't have to. Me.
Come on, man.
But I can't. My stomach cannot handle that. I'm old.
I'm the same way. I can't. I used to love spicy stuff, and then this one day you'll eat something spicy.
I never appreciated it until
doesn't go over well. It's like something just switched.
It was during I never cared for spicy stuff until like the lockdown started, and all I did was watch like Johnny Scoville, this guy who just eats hot peppers, and like watching LA Beast, and like I just became obsessed with it. Yeah. He did the one chip challenge, but he ate like 20 of them or something like that. Like something ridiculous.
Something's wrong with LA Beast though.
He just throws up now. That's all he can do.
Yeah.
He can't keep stuff down anymore.
Have you watched Hot Ones before?
Yeah, I haven't wanted to check that one out.
Hot Ones is pretty good.
What did Adam K say? Best prank: sealing off a dorm room door with tape and brown paper and filling the cavity between the paper and the door with beanbag beans. Gosh.
That sounds like a nightmare to deal with later.
Yikes. That says, show a kid a funny picture and he will laugh for a day. Teach him how to draw funny pictures and he will be tortured the rest of his life trying to make people laugh. I know the pains.
I want to thank chat, not necessarily just the people who are here, but the ones who we held down over 10 viewers for over an hour without any wrestling stuff tonight. That's
I know, that's great.
It's pretty good.
I think
we're doing good.
I was just thinking though on pranks and Cal's story, that probably one of the best prank experiences that I've ever had. So I was at this sleepover. This is like ages ago. I was probably, I don't know, 8th grade, something like that. And it was me and a few other guys, and this one kid who was with us, he's kind of a big boy. He was just pigging out, right? Well,
as
everybody's hanging out. He drank, I think he drank a 2-liter of Mountain Dew. He put down a roll of cookie dough and a bag of Doritos.
Good.
And we ended up deciding that we were going to go TP this girl's house. So one of the guys gets a hold of his friend. That guy's he's a bit older. He has a car. So he comes over, picks everybody up. It was a Geo tracker, right? So everybody's packed into this Geo tracker with all this toilet paper. And we go drive over to this girl's house to TP it. Anyway, so this is probably, it's not too far. It's maybe 4 miles. But you have kind of all the suburbs, and then there's this park that was there, this huge park. And then on the other side of the park, that there was more houses. This is where she lived. So we go eventually get around there, go to start TPing the house, get the process going, and all the lights on the house come on. You know, Dad comes booking out of the house, so everybody is like flipping out, drops the toilet paper. We all start hauling back to the geo tracker. But there was already like a cop in the area, so everybody's like swarming towards the geo tracker, right? But then they end up seeing the cops, so then we'd like all turn and we all start heading back past the houses into the park. Well, the dad had then called the police. So eventually you've got like 6 cops out there with their, spotlights, and they're looking for us. So we're like, forget it. We're going to walk back. We're going to walk back home. But you're kind of like crouching and doing that jog.
Yeah.
But the thing is so we're in this park, there's kind of a lake in there, and we're going along the lake. We're still really close to where the cops are, and the kid who put down all this food, he's dying, right? He's like, I gotta take a breath. No. So everybody's no, like we gotta go. He's like, no, I gotta go. So we all stop. He's a bit back from us, so he starts his business. He's got the runs bad.
Oh,
right?
no!
So as sure as nothing, the cops kind of come over a way where we're now visible, and they turn the light. They turn the light onto us, and we take off. And then this kid, trying to deal with his diarrhea with his pants around his ankle, he starts running. So he kicks off his underwear and his shorts, running with just his shirt on, while he's like diarrheaing all over himself.
Oh my gosh.
Just follow the trail.
And we ran all the way back to the other kid's house, a couple miles, and then he went and got the garden hose and like hosed him off before he let him come back in
do you think the cops just felt bad for him?
I don't know. Where I grew up, those cops, they were whatever, but no, they wouldn't have. They probably didn't even really see what was going on, but yeah, all that to just go and TP a house.
I think if I would have caught up to that kid and seen him, leaving a trail, I think I would have just stopped and been like, you know what?
He suffered enough.
You've suffered enough. Yeah.
And he was like crying too. Like he was like sobbing.
Dude.
In shame.
I bet that kid every once in a while that guy probably
in the middle of the night.
I bet he wakes up every now and then screaming.
Is it a cold sweat?
And he was just remembering that night,
His wife's like, honey, what's wrong? Oh, it was horrible.
We did some pretty bad pranks growing up, but
I mean, I bet he wish he saved some of that teepee that you used on the house.
that was just a teepee house, but that's how the whole thing ended up going left like that.
Oh gosh. Oh, Macho and Cal, I just got a notification from Truth. You guys aren't getting those yet?
Oh my gosh. I'm giving up hope on it. It's been so long, and I'm still the same number apparently.
I've got like almost 300 followers. I'm
My sister got her account.
Now you can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
100. Yeah,
mine's
same number.
been the same.
Hasn't moved.
I
Yeah,
guess you guys just aren't good enough Republicans.
That must be what it is.
Oh, that was terrible. That was.
They did update it. There's like a new little paragraph.
Your number went up.
Oh, there is?
Thank you for joining. Due to massive demand, we have placed you on our wait list. We
I
love
don't have
you,
a new thing.
but you're not just a
fair.
number to us. But your wait list number is below 209.
Oh, see, I
Mine
got
doesn't have
we
due to
downloaded
popular
it that
food.
night, like the pre-download
No, it
thing,
does.
and then the second it said like you're ready, like we spent all night trying to get into it because
Oh, that was my problem.
there were so many
I
errors trying to
didn't-
just set up your account, like
Yeah.
it would crash and give you errors, and so we just like all night we're just like resend, and got in the queue, got in there by the morning.
Yeah.
Do you have TP for my bunghole? Oh, jeez, Nico.
And the great cornholio.
Always good to have a little
Right
Beavis and
on.
Butthead reference. It's nice. Oh, jeez. Cal's remembering his 30s when Beavis and Butthead was popular. And, solid burn. Solid burn. You old!
I used to like Beavis and Butthead a lot when I was.
I liked
man.
Beavis and Butthead.
I remember, because my family, being the ultra conservative family we were, that channel was blocked.
MTV.
Oh, no.
But only like the TV would just skip over it, like you do. But if you entered it manually, no problem.
Ah, nice.
So I would, I'd wait till my mom would go grocery shopping, and then 3.6
Then
is
watch.
channel 36. Pop
That's
it on
funny.
MTV.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put it on long because I would just eventually switch back to Nickelodeon anyway. It's like,
I liked Liquid TV. I liked The Head. You guys remember The Head?
Oh,
man,
that show
wow.
grossed me out. I like
That-
Aeon
that
Flux.
show was
That was
awesome.
fun.
I was
The
thinking
Head
about
was amazing.
old.
I think the Max was on there too, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Max is on there too. Yep.
Really?
Yep. That's where I kind of got into the Max was really there. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Man, I couldn't watch that show. That freaked me out. I watched
You
one where
Afraid of
this
the
kid
Dark,
got sucked into the pinball machine, the arcade game. He played it too long, and
Oh man.
the mall, like he tried leaving the mall, but like it turns out he was in the arcade game somehow. And like there were like these like men in black running around trying to catch him, and he like found a squirt gun. He'd shoot him with the squirt gun. They turned into quarters.
Oh,
And, like you
gosh.
think he's out, like he's like, oh, I made it, let me out. And then like he looks up, and like you see the guy that owns the place, like this giant version of him looking down. He's like, you're never getting out. He's like, what? And like you see this giant pinball start coming down the escalator, and that's how it ended.
Oh.
Freaked me out.
That's a good thing that's not real. I get sucked into Elden Ring. So would David.
Oh, you'd be
That
so
would be-
happy in there.
Yeah,
That
you'd
would
be.
no, I
yeah.
would hate it. I would
You two
hate
were
it.
like
I'm
little
terrified.
schoolgirls talking about that earlier.
I'm terrified just playing it. I can't imagine being in that world. It is horrific.
Samarkand.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a
It
clip to
looks
show you
pretty
guys.
horrific.
Hold on.
I missed a lot of stuff. I missed a lot of good stuff.
I have a video, a real like a 15-second clip to show you guys.
Oh, no.
David, this might be a little bit of weapon spoilery for you.
What is
Oh,
that?
it's a finger? Is that from one of those hands?
What the heck?
Yep.
What the heck am I looking at?
It's a finger.
It's a weapon called the ringed finger.
I
Weird.
don't like that.
Is that a random drop?
Oh, fudge.
Oh,
I don't
here
remember
they
where
go.
I got it.
Here they go.
I don't remember
You
where I
got
got
them
it.
going now.
Anyway, but here's the terrifying part. That's gross and funny. That is a finger from. There are these things that are like spiders, but they're a hand with like 12 fingers.
No.
It's terrifying. You see a shiny
No.
thing on the ground, you're like, oh, but there's these like weird like little pokey things poking up out of the ground, and then you go
The
to
fingernails.
get- yeah, it's the fingernails. You go to pick up the thing, and then the giant hand just comes up to the ground, it grabs you and it squeezes you. Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to change the
As far
subject. Nico
No.
Trona says Aeon Flux was created by Peter K. Chung. He storyboarded Transformers the movie in '86, the opening of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, Rugrats, and many more. I did not know that.
Oh, I did not know that either.
That is much more interesting than finger spiders.
That is not true. Finger spiders are very interesting, and they're terrifying.
A, I don't do spiders, and B, no. All of that just sounds
No,
awful.
I
to me.
nope my way through those areas with those things. It's terrifying.
I don't do spiders. The thing, I love the thing, but right up until that little head crab moment, that's when it loses me for a
Yeah.
minute. Like, head crab spider thing. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Ooh. Gross.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know that, but I caught Aeon. I finally saw Aeon Flux in like college. I finally got to watch that show. That was crazy. Nobody was attractive in that
Aeon
show.
Flux.
Just everybody was ugly in that.
It was everybody was like kind of grotesque a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was drawn to be grotesque looking. I think it was
Yeah.
pretty gross.
Do you guys
They had,
remember?
like,
You
the
said
art
Liquid
style
TV.
had,
Do you
like,
guys
a
remember
crew style
Liquid
fun.
Generation? Like one of those early Flash websites from like
Liquid
the
Generation.
Yeah, remember like Flash was like a big thing, like those Flash cartoon sites, like in the
Yeah,
early
yeah,
2000s.
Yeah.
There was what was it, Joe Cartoon and
Yeah,
Kill
Joe
Frog.
Cartoon. Yep.
And yeah, Liquid Generation was but they would do things where they would it was called like a liquid sabotage, I think it was called.
Uh-huh.
And it would send a video to somebody at work, and they would be talked really softly. And like you'd send it to people at work, and like they'd have to crank the volume to hear what they're saying, and then it would just yell like, "My boss is a pussy," you know. It's just like
Yeah, I remember that.
It would just start playing like porn sounds or something, just awful.
Yeah.
Those good old Flash days.
Could get people pretty good with those.
Oh, those are great. I miss Flash websites. That was.
I like the ones that would be like it's like, you know, look at this maze, and you'd be like watching the dot go through the maze, and it would get really close to the side, and you'd be like thinking that they're, you know, gonna hit the side and they're gonna lose, and it'd go all the way through, and it's almost at the very end, and then it would pop up, and it'd be like that witch face, and she'd scream at you.
Oh, I hate that
That's
crap.
a good one. That's always pretty good.
There was another one. It was called Message Mates, and it was in the 90s, and it was they would play like little cartoons over your desktop. I don't know how they did it. It was like you download it, and it would like just an execute file, and it would like just play an animation on your desktop, and it would like interact with the stuff on your screen.
Huh.
In the early 90s, usually
I
got
remember
viruses
that.
from it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's called Message Mates. And,
I remember Clippy, the clip art guy
uh,
from Microsoft Word. He'd get on. He'd interact.
looks like you need some help today. Need some help. Yeah, Vince DiCola, those synths are magic. All right. Well, I am. My voice is starting to go, fellas. So I don't know.
Where is
Yep.
it going?
And I'm gonna keep yawning. What is
my
it?
voice.
Well, we
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
it's almost
good-
11
We had a
o'clock.
good show tonight. You know, we had
We had a
just
great
chatted,
chat.
and we kept like a pretty decent amount of viewers the whole time. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, those in chat, for hanging out with us. We
Adam Kimber, Nico
love you.
Tronis.
We love you more than life itself. Well, maybe not that much, but we do love you because you're awesome.